Is your company concerned about the well-being of your employees? Does it have a fair grievance handling procedure in place for employees to raise their concerns and a proper resolution process? You do not want low morale or poor employee relations in the company, as this will jeopardize work performances. So let's start by taking a look at what you should be doing to ensure your grievance handling process is implemented well. Each TS has a clear purpose why the practice is important. Each TS also clearly defines what a company needs to do to implement the process well. These are also known as specifications. Let's get started by looking at the specifications of the Tripartite Standard on grievance handling. First, a grievance handling procedure has to be put in place in your company. Second, the procedure needs to have the following elements: a right for employees to bring the grievance to a higher level of authority if there is no action being taken to resolve it. An appropriate authority to hear the appeal. This should be a member of the management or direct supervisors. A time frame for action to be taken by management to resolve the grievance. Documentation of the grievance and keeping strict confidentiality of the grievance and proceedings. It is also important that the grievance handling procedure is communicated to staff and well documented. Line supervisors and other relevant staff should be trained to handle grievances effectively so that they can resolve the issue as soon as it happens in a sensitive and respectful manner. Let's take a closer look at grievances. Grievances refer to discontent, dissatisfaction, or feelings of unfairness at work. It can be felt by an individual or a group of employees. Employees who are aggrieved may not seek assistance because they fear repercussions, they don't trust their supervisors, or they simply don't know where to go. What can cause grievances? Some grievances can be based on actual events and changes to an employee's routine, such as a transfer to a new department or a new portfolio. It can also be based on perception. For example, a supervisor may give additional assignments to a good performer without realizing that this can be perceived as unequal distribution of work. Grievances could occur when there is a lack of clarity or understanding of company policies, or when processes involving staff are not well executed. It can also happen when there are massive changes in a company, for example, restructuring, management changes, and downsizing. Performance management is also a common issue when supervisors are not open nor objective when evaluating performance. Employers who do not pay salaries on time or accurately will also contribute to employees' unhappiness. It is also not uncommon to see grievances arising from an employee's termination. Unsafe or inconsiderate working conditions that put employees at risk in any way could also create dissatisfaction. On a personal front, employees may face issues with managers and supervisors. They may feel that they have been discriminated against, harassed, or are victims of favoritism. A lack of guidance from their supervisors may also affect employees' performances. Some employees may have issues with their peers at work, which could range from differences in opinions to workplace bullying or a feeling of being ostracized. All these factors can contribute to low morale, which can cause the aggrieved to feel helpless and depressed. It will also impact productivity. As progressive employers, how do we keep our eyes and ears to the ground and recognize the signs that not all is well with our employees? Some indicators include an increase in negative feedback or complaints in staff communication channels such as the suggestion box, a change in body language, a lack of interest, and participation in company events and poor quality of work are also telltale signs. Negative results in employee surveys may also indicate concerns. If grievances are not handled properly, it could build up mistrust, cause unhappiness and discontentment, lower productivity, create disciplinary issues and misconduct, lead to high turnover, and damage company's reputation. Why is a grievance handling procedure important? It's important to have a good grievance handling procedure as this creates an environment of trust and care for your employees. This will lead to positive people outcomes such as higher retention, a strong sense of belonging, and a safe and harmonious work environment. Employees can then perform at their best physically and psychologically. Let us look at a case study. For several months, Company A received a constant flow of complaints about poor living conditions in the dormitory as well as late salary payments. Management did not do anything to alleviate the workers' concerns. This led to a large number of workers tendering their resignations together, which disrupted operations severely. What are some learning points from this case study? Management should understand the issues arising from grievances and address them promptly. Grievances should not be allowed to fester and grow and have to be resolved in a timely manner. It is important to communicate to the aggrieved employee what has and will be done in response to the grievance raised. Supervisors should have regular dialogues with employees to keep a pulse on their sentiments. It is also a basic requirement to provide a safe and conducive working environment for employees. Grievance handling procedure also applies to employees who feel harassed at work. Today, people are more willing to speak about workplace harassment openly. The Protection of Harassment Act can protect individuals from actions that can create great mental distress. Companies have a duty of care to protect their employees and to manage and prevent any form of workplace harassment. Let's take a look at another case study. In the office pantry, John made inappropriate remarks to his colleague Sally. She was extremely uncomfortable and felt that her dignity had been insulted. Moreover, John was a senior management staff and Sally was afraid that there would be repercussions if she reported him. She raised her concerns to her supervisor, who told her to bear with it, as the company doesn't have any policy on how to address situations like this. Sally felt helpless. She continued to endure John's inappropriate remarks until his behavior left her no choice but to leave the company. It is important for all companies to have a clear code of conduct which disallows inappropriate behavior. All employees, including senior management staff, are expected to adhere to it. Companies should also formalize their grievance handling procedures and include an anti-harassment policy in it. Besides taking care of staff well-being and assuring them that they will not be penalized for making reports against harassers, having the policy also gives a clear indication that any form of harassment will not be condoned. Lastly, the policy must be well communicated to all employees. Let's summarize what we have learned from this module. What are grievances? How to recognize signs of grievances. Why a grievance handling procedure is important. In the next video, we will learn how to draw up a grievance handling procedure. If you have any other questions, just drop us an email and we will contact you shortly. Thank you for watching this video. Look out for more videos on the Tripartite Standards.